Hello and welcome to Savoury Days kitchen. In this tutorial, we'll learn how to make Hong Kong cotton sponge cake. This cake is actually a type of chiffon cake as we need to follow the chiffon cake method to make it. But different from traditional chiffon cakes, this cake doesn't need a tube pan. It rises very well in a normal pan and it has great texture, which is soft, light, moist and fluffy just like a chiffon cake. Hence, this cake can be used in many occasions. It can be eaten just plain with frosting, or it can serve as a good base for mousse cakes, entremets or layer cakes. First, line the round cake pan with parchment paper and preheat the oven to 150 degrees C both bottom and top heat. In a mixing bowl, add in the egg yolks, sugar, oil, milk, vanilla extract, and blend everything very well. Next, sift into the bowl the flour and cornstarch. Then mix very well until we have a very nice and smooth batter like in the video. Add all of the egg whites into another mixing bowl with some salt. Then start beating a low speed for about 1 minute until we see a lot of large bubbles in the egg whites. Stop the mixer, then add cream of tartar and continue beating for 2 to 3 minutes at low to medium speed until the egg white turns foamy like in the video. Next, we add in the sugar little by little. Set the mixer at low speed and beat very well for the sugar to be dissolved in the egg white completely before adding extra sugar. When all of the sugar has been added, raise the speed to highest and continue whipping. So when we whip the egg whites, there are 3 important notes. First, there should be no forms of fat such as oil, butter, egg yolks in the egg whites, as well as the bowl and the whisk. Otherwise, we won't be able to whip the egg whites. It won't turn foamy. The second, it's easier to separate the egg yolks and egg whites when the eggs are still cold, but it's best to whip the egg whites when it's the room temperature. So make sure to give the egg whites some time for them to come back to room temperature before whipping it. When the egg white reaches soft peak like in the video, we reduce the speed to medium and continue whipping for 2 to 3 minutes until the egg white reaches stiff peak. Whipping the egg white at medium speed at the last minutes helps the bubbles in the egg white to be more stable. The cake will rise better. Take about 1/3 of the beaten egg whites, add it into the bowl of the yolk and flour batter and mix thoroughly. These steps helps to loosen the yolk and flour mixture, make it lighter so that it will be easier for us to fold the remaining egg whites in. Next, we take another portion of egg whites and gently fold it into the yolk batter. We want to keep the air bubbles in the beaten egg whites so that our cakes will rise nicely and it will be fluffy and soft. So at this stage, try to fold it very gently, don't whisk, and try not to deflate the egg whites. We continue folding the rest of the beaten egg white into the yolk and flour mixture, and in the end, the batter should be very thick and foamy with almost no large air bubbles inside like in the video. Pour the cake batter into the pan. Then use a spatula to smoothen it out. Next, we tap the pan onto the counter several times to break the large air bubbles inside the batter. Then we bring it to the oven. We want to bake this cake at moderate heat so that it can rise slowly in the oven. If the temperature is too high, the cake can rise very fast and crack or even deflate in the end. Also, in many ovens, the upper heat can be higher than the lower heat. If this is the case, the cake surface may crack and have a dark golden brown color. In this case, you can lower the rack so that the cake is far from the upper heat. Note that baking temperature and baking time vary between ovens as every oven is different. If you would like to learn more on how to set correct baking temperature and baking time for a perfect sponge cake, you can read more in the links in the description below this video. So when the cake is done, take it out and immediately remove from the pan. Remove the parchment paper at the bottom of the cake, then let it cool on a rack. So that was it. I wish you a lot of success with baking this cake, and if you have any questions, please leave them below this video. I will try to answer them as soon as possible. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and see you next time.